they moving at all?
No, dude, they're not moving. Just send somebody out here really quick.
If you were trying to make this look like an accident, you did a terrible job. This is bad. This to me is going to be some sort of advantage. Somebody's taking advantage of somebody. There's this old guy from Hollywood. We know where he lives. Let's try to see if we can sneak in. But how the crime is laid out is going to be of interest. Okay, going to take a look at this Gene Hackman thing that's been kind of floating around. I have some thoughts on it. I think Miss Backstager asked me to take a look, and I've just been kind of letting it play out. So here we go.
Authorities in New Mexico are getting ready to share new details today of the investigation into the deaths of Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman and his wife and one of the couple's dogs. The bodies were found in their Santa Fe home last month. Carter Evans is there with the latest on this investigation. Carter, good morning. Can't wait to hear the latest on this story.
I know. We're looking forward to getting more information, Gail. Good morning. So far, investigators aren't giving many details about what they may reveal in today's news conference, but we do know the autopsies are complete, and we anticipate learning more about the results this afternoon. Still, many questions remain, including how they died. So here's what we know. Their bodies were found by a caretaker in their gated community on February 26th, and that's the person who called 911. Now, investigators say it appears the couple died in a similar time frame, about a week before they were found. We now know that on February 17th, Hackman's pacemaker stopped working. That's according to the Santa Fe sheriff, and we're expecting to learn a little more about that today. Now, the sheriff's office says Betsy Arakawa's body was found in an open bathroom with prescription pills.
Found in the bathroom, prescription pills. I think that's what I kind of saw this morning. In terms of just an article, and I'll talk about that article on its own. But he was found in the mudroom near his cane. Pacemaker stopped working.
Scattered on the counter, while Hackman's body was found in the mudroom with his walking cane nearby. Now, authorities found blood pressure and thyroid medications, a monthly planner, and 2 cell phones that they had planned to analyze. And they've also checked into carbon monoxide poisoning, and they say right now it's unlikely, but we'll find out much more from toxicology reports, which could take a lot more time to complete, but hopefully we get more information later this afternoon. Nate?
Oops. All right. Looking forward to that information. Carter, thank you.
And there's another video I want to look at, so I'll take a look at that one too. And this one is as recent as, I think, like 6-7 hours ago, like the other one. So
9 days after legendary actor Gene Hackman, his wife Betsy Arakawa. 9 days after legendary actor Gene Hackman, his wife Betsy Arakawa, and one of their dogs were found dead in their 9,000 square foot Santa Fe home, potential answers into their puzzling deaths.
So I'm wondering if they moved out to Santa Fe to get out of Hollywood, number one. Number two, it's possible that you can get the same house in Santa Fe, apparently, essentially, as you can get in Hollywood. So if he has like money, a little bit of money like that, man, I can get a 9,000 square foot home in Santa Fe for probably about 2-3 million. And that in Hollywood would probably get me regular home. And I'm over exaggerating, but I mean, it wouldn't, 2 or 3 million would get you something modest, but not like that. So it's probably why he's out there. It looks like he's a little bit isolated. So wondering right off the bat, the opportunity that somebody would have to, because it's a big home, he's 95. So it's immediately thinking off the bat, what opportunity somebody would have to, and he's on a pacemaker. So to sneak in on him and his wife, what would be the motive to take advantage of it? Because this to me is going to be some sort of advantage. Somebody's taking advantage of somebody, whether somebody sees, there's this old guy from Hollywood. We know where he lives. Let's try to see if we can sneak in and figure out something. But how the crime is laid out is going to be of interest.
A press conference set for this afternoon with updates on the investigation, and with the medical examiner's office set to join for the first time, an indication that more information about both the timeline and the causes of death may be released.
Okay, so it looks like he has a fence around that.
indication that more information.
But maybe somebody can go under that fence, and slide under there. I don't know. Can slide under here too. Okay. Just kind of be a little bit more thorough with this. So it looks like somebody can, you got this right here, but then you got this under here. So it looks like somebody can slide under there too. Possibly. Now, I mean, you'd have to be pretty slim to slide under here. And maybe based on where he is, they wouldn't think anybody would even be interested in coming out there and just kind of messing with him or even bothering with this. Or you can get a ladder, scale that or something like that. But again, it'd have to be intent, and he could probably have a security system. So you're probably trying to go through it, and maybe a system that alerts you and says, "Hey, somebody just climbed your fence." So I don't know.
About both the timeline and the causes of death may be released.
As soon as someone dies, the clock starts. And unfortunately, that clock is decomposition.
As of now, authorities have not specified what caused 95-year-old Hackman and his 65-year-old wife to die.
Now, 10 days is a long time. As the body decomposes, you have to think about other things deteriorating, like medications, toxins.
The mystery, like out of one of Hackman's own movies, captivating the country.
Dude, this Gene Hackman story is so crazy.
The couple was found late last month by a maintenance worker who called 911 after discovering the bodies.
Are they moving at all? No, dude, they're not moving. Just send somebody out here really quick.
According to officials, Hackman was found collapsed in a mudroom, his pacemaker indicating he may have already been dead for nearly 10 days. His wife found in a bathroom with an open prescription pill bottle on the counter, along with scattered pills.
It seems like we're doing a reverse timeline. We're doing a timeline from the time of death and the autopsy and the results, and we're going to start working our way backwards.
Officials calling the death suspicious while saying there were no signs of foul play, and that an initial autopsy along with an extensive investigation of the home has all but ruled out carbon monoxide poisoning.
If there would have been a gas leak, I think we would have still found it.
This morning, questions also remain about the couple's dog that died, originally identified by authorities as a German Shepherd, but now believed to be their 12-year-old Australian Kelpie mix, Xena.
Now, of course, the biggest question here is the cause or causes of death. We know that authorities had said that it could take weeks for toxicology results to be released. We don't know if they've now expedited that, and we're going to get those results today. But the mere fact that they have announced this press conference is happening with multiple agencies, the fire, the sheriff's department, the health department, and the medical examiner's office certainly suggests they now have some information that they may be ready to share.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC.
So in a Kelpie, okay, let me just kind of show it. It's going to look something like that. These Kelpie mix. So they thought it was a German Shepherd, and I don't know how big it was, but obviously if you probably saw something like this, you would think that, you know, because a German Shepherd is going to be something like this. And I know German Shepherds, or at least the one that we had, kind of looked something like this, or more so something like this. And so it makes me wonder, you know, they have been dead for 2 weeks. And that gate is closed, which makes me wonder if this was inside, because it does look suspicious because the gate is closed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they've said anything about any of the cars being gone, any of the vehicles being gone. Is there anything in the home that has been ransacked other than like these very neatly placed? I mean, is there any evidence that anybody was looking for anything? I guess is my thing. Because that would lead us to say whether this was an opportunity for somebody. Was there a maintenance man or something like that came in or something like that? But if we come in and Hackman's gone, his wife is gone, but she's in another room, it makes me wonder how they isolated them, how they got them to be isolated. And you're up here with the pills. We see no evidence of foul play. So nobody had to touch you. Nobody had to force you to do anything. We don't see any indication of any defensive wounds or any indication of any areas where there's a fight has taken place or things have been knocked over or anything. We don't see any of that. And the dog is dead. Why is the dog dead? You know, was the dog, and I want to know, because why do you have to kill the dog? Like, and how were you able to get in? Was the dog barking? That's the only thing that it makes me wonder. Is there a dog in there that is interrupting the space or interrupting the crime? Because the crime scene seems to me to be very calm. Like somebody just walked in, did what they needed to do, and then walked out, closed the gate behind them, killed the dog for good measure, and walked out. Did the dog get in the way? Can we check the dog's teeth to see if the dog bit anyone? Or was it just the fact that the dog was whimpering and whatever, or they were concerned that the dog would have whimpered or something like that, or alerted somebody? Because this is somebody, if this individual comes in with these gates locked, you know, then he has a key in. So it's going to be somebody that is able to get in with a key or something like that. And I'm wondering, and we're talking about the suspicion, and I'm wondering, this person comes in and says, hey, I just found these people and they've been dead for 2 weeks. That means somebody had an opportunity. I would say this is going to be somebody that's close to them. Personally, this is somebody that there's got to be some sort of intimacy there. That's kind of where I'm coming from. That's because why do you have to kill the dog? That's my only thing. That's what's confusing me. And I guess I'd want to know a little bit more about what the autopsy says, to know, because I believe that this might be an element of poisoning in some way, or you turn that pacemaker off and then you poisoned the wife. So you used elements of things that they were already engaged in or taking to kill them. You know what I mean? So it's really interesting that you've done that. That means that you're very aware, and you know, I'm just kind of speculating here, but this means that you're very aware of their weaknesses. You're very aware of what they're on. Again, it could be a nurse, could be a home nurse coming in, but what's the motivation? Immediately, I would think it might be a will or something like that, that leaves the house or leaves the cars or leaves some sort of valuables that somebody could get. And if I make it look like an accident, which this is not, if you were trying to make this look like an accident, you did a terrible job. This is bad. You can't kill them both and then kill the dog. That's not gonna work. So right off the bat, I'm thinking that this is internal, and I think it's a family member or a housekeeper or a nurse or something like that. Though my guess is leaning toward like a family member or something like that. Somebody who may have had motivation to get money for some reason. So anyways, that's the video. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Again, let me know your comments, where you are on this case. I'm kind of brand new. Like I said, I've been eyeing it, but don't really know too much about it. So till next video, take it easy.